This is Mark again. I ran across a woman on YouTube. She was Brazilian, and she gave me a word from God, an interpretation of a dream. And interestingly, and she was right, of course, because it's from God. It's got to be right. Not only do I want to talk about my own dreams, I want people to interpret them or talk about their dreams. And she had a whole list of false dreamers that had this dream or this vision, false visions, false dreams. And I'm thinking, how can you interpret my dream and then say something or have all these videos up there that are not from God? And most people are not from God. I've gotten some messages from other people that were from God. I think the people were not from God, but the messages were from God. But mostly, the Bible talks about this clearly. He says if God says if somebody has a dream, let him relate that dream. Let him tell that dream. Tell what the dream says. Good. Tell what the dream says. Don't hold back. With Daniel, there was a dream he had, and he said he kept the matter to himself because it was that type of dream that you want to keep to yourself. But the Bible says, back in the Old Testament, the priests or the prophets prophesy lies, and that's what we're getting. We're going to have people, eventually, we'll have people are saying, many people claiming to be the Christ and deceiving many. So we don't have that yet. We don't have many people claiming to be the Christ. I've known two. There's one in Brazil and one in Africa. I've known two people, maybe a third one, that claim they're the Christ. But it says many will claim to be the Christ and will deceive many. So you have to be careful. When God speaks, it is clear that it is God. It's not anybody else. Just like when I'm reading the Apocrypha. And some of it I think is added, but some of it I know is true. But Paul says, most of it, what I've been reading, is true. Paul says, or God says, the prophets prophesy lies, the priests rule by their own authority, and my people love it this way. And that's a sign, because people love to hear lies. They love to hear false prophecies. When Jesus came, they want to kill him because he criticized them. And I know that a lot of people get upset when I criticize judges and religious leaders especially, because they're right in the crosshairs. But that's what Jesus did. That's what Isaiah did. That got them both killed. I'm not saying I'll be killed, but it happens. Okay.